What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to bring you my first Multiversus news video. Mainly just going over Tony Hyun's, as you see here on screen, some tweets that he's tweeted out, just letting us know what the game's goals are, what they're doing with the game, and what they want going forward with the future of Multiversus. I'll also be going over some character changes and even some possible characters that can make it in Multiversus later on down the line. But some of the character changes are in regard of Batman, Garnet, and Jake. First, we'll start with Batman. While in smoke, Batman and allies ignore enemy projectiles. That wasn't a thing in the beta, so that's going to be a huge change for Batman and his partner, whoever he's teamed up with. Hitting with attacks while in smoke or 1 second after coming out of smoke will apply 5 stacks of weaken instead of 1. Oh my god, that's a huge change for Batman. Not only is this going to buff him in doubles, but singles as well. I feel like he's a singles character because in the beta I played him quite a bit in singles and he does pretty well. But in doubles he's a little underwhelming. So with these changes I feel like he'll be buffed up a few tiers. And with the last change here, up air 2 applies an electric dot, which is damage over time for a few seconds. And I'm assuming up air 2 is just up heavy while he's in the air, which is his ring out move that he's going to use when his opponent's really high on damage and he's trying to go for that KO. I feel like Batman's just going to be a completely different character after these changes. We'll see. Game's going to be releasing anytime now. I feel like either later this week or next week. Don't get your hopes up. It's just my prediction. Next up is Garnet. I didn't play this character and I barely came across her in the beta. So if you guys are Garnet players, let me know what you think about these changes. Tony thought she was a sleeper top 3 character in the last beta, meaning she was a good character but slept on, no one really used her. So she got additional whiff recovery on some of her safer attacks, and her anti-projectile bubble has a slower startup. So her safer attacks got just a little more added whiff recovery, so you gotta be a little more careful when using those moves now. Otherwise she can just get whiff punished a lot easier than before. Star got a bit more cooldown. In our internal testing, she's still very strong. So it seems like they just tuned her a little bit. They didn't really completely nerf her down. They just adjusted her a little bit and she's still gonna be a good character. Let me know what you guys think of these thoughts about Garnet in the comments below. And last but not least, Jake's combo game is better. Side air range is determined by how long you charge the attack. Horse movement speed and recovery is slowed down a bit, but on hit becomes a combo starter. So his horse move, where he turns into a horse, I don't know what the inputs are, but the recovery is slowed down a bit, meaning he has a little more recovery, so he can be whiff punished a little bit easier. But on hit, it becomes a combo starter. So it got a whole new property, but got tuned a little bit as well. Lots of general feel improvements on Jake as well, meaning maybe his movement just feels a little more better, as well as his moves. And that's it for character changes. The rest of these are just going to be questions from people on Twitter asking Tony about possible characters or just game modes or whatnot that's going to be coming to the game. Ellie Pixbit here asks, "Hey Tony, and I'm really excited for the open beta. I have 2 questions and I thought no one has asked yet. Have you ever thought about a map maker, like being able to place items and be able to set when they spawn and be able to create your own layout of your map to fight on?" He said yes, but currently it isn't in high priority. Then someone just below that comment asks, "If you don't mind me asking, what is high priority for you guys, Tony?" And then eye emoji. Tony responds, "Making the gameplay healthy, lots of promised features that we are in progress on. Local play and ranked. Lots of other stuff we're not ready to talk about yet." I think this game is going to do very well with how transparent Tony is with the community, and just with that transparency and communication will make a game thrive and go a long way. Next question is in regard of the guild system, asking if it's going to be available during the open beta. And Tony responds saying it won't be initially, we're still working on it, but it will be coming. So don't expect the guild system at launch, of course. I can't tell you when it will be in the game, but hopefully soon, maybe like a month after, maybe 2 months, which isn't very long. So yes, the guild system will be coming. Now in Multiversus, each character gets their own 2 character-specific perks once you level them up to level 30, I believe. So someone asks, is there plans to include more of those types of perks in the future updates, or does each character exclusively only get 2? And Tony responds, more perks are planned. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do for each character, specifically Batman. It's just going to add more depth to each character, I feel. Another thing is, Tony has been tweeting a lot of just game updates, saying that he's fixed a lot of game bugs and character bugs and whatnot, so definitely expect the game to be a little less buggy. Will it be completely bug-free? Absolutely not. Because with fixing new bugs creates new bugs, but I'm sure they're good at ironing those out, so we'll see how bug-free the game is. Now, the rest of these are mainly just going to be questions regarding characters that could potentially make it into Multiversus. And the first one here is asking if Courage will make it in. And Tony says, I hope so. My apologies. Courage is definitely one of those popular Cartoon Network characters back in the early 2000s, 90s. But I definitely feel like he's a character that will make it in sooner rather than later. The second question is asking if Mordecai and Rigby make it into Multiversus, if there'll be a duo fighter, like Tom and Jerry, or 2 different fighters. I'm hoping for 2 different characters, as I just want to main Rigby. Tony does state that he thinks that they'll make him separate characters, but it's up for debate if anyone wants to try to argue against that. But he says no promises, but wouldn't mind hearing thoughts. So don't expect these characters, but maybe if they do come, they'll be separate and you can play as Mordecai or Rigby. And last but not least, someone requests Samurai Jack. He says he's Cartoon Network, so I don't know if it's possible, but I could come up with an entire move list if you want. And he does make a pretty big move list for Samurai Jack. I'll have that posted in the description if you're interested on checking that out. But Tony does respond saying, sure, would love to see a move list. References would be great. And Matthew says, I will not let you down. And he definitely doesn't, because the list again is just huge. And the last bit I want to throw in here is just him giving a little character tease. I'm not sure if they'll make it into the open beta, but he says the character after Iron Giant from a gameplay mechanics standpoint is really cool and not something I've ever seen done before. Sorry for the tease, but needed to tell someone. #Multiversus. So this is gonna be an interesting character from what it sounds like. He said something he's never seen done before in a platform fighter, so who do you think it'll be? My prediction would maybe be Scorpion. He's pretty unique. He has his spear he can throw across the screen, maybe even like light his chains on fire like he does in MKX. But yeah, just leave your predictions in the comments below. And for more news on Multiversus, subscribe to this channel, leave a like as it helps the rating for this video, and have a good day. Peace.